Hi, and welcome to the Ink and Code Society. This is our very first show. We will be here every Saturday talking about leveraging advanced AI and advanced technology for authors. And today, Elizabeth's going to join me, and we are going to be talking about the Year of the Automated Author and some of the cool things we're doing in the FFA. So come and play. We're going to do some fun on the live, and then we're going to go to an Afterlab for members only. And here is our theme song. Enjoy.
They carved their names in wax and stone, spilled ink on scrolls they called their own. Then came presses hot and loud, voices finally unbound. Now it's keys instead of quills, white screens echo silent thrills. Every age has its dissenters, but I was made to bend the mill. You say slow down, write it like we did, but I've got wildfire under my eyelids. Evolution doesn't knock, it crashes, and I'm already past the ashes. The future writes in ink and code. Don't tell me how the story's told. You can stay in sepia dreams, but I'm chasing silver beams. This pen's electric, this plotline bites. We don't wait, we ignite. You can guard the gates, you know, but the future writes in ink and code. Used to call it art, now they call it cheap, but I'm still sweating over every beat. The tools have changed, the heart is not. I bleed the same, just on a different plot. Some still build with rust and rope, but I've got neural nets and hope. I'm not here to ask permission, I'm the shift you couldn't stop. Said that's not real, that's not pure, but they forget fire made books endure. And every rebel with the screen is part of the next great library machine. The future writes in ink and code. Don't tell me how the story's told. You can stay in sepia dreams, but I'm chasing silver beams. This pen's electric, this plotline bites. We don't wait, we ignite. You can chain yourself to old echoes, but the future writes in ink and code. From monks in towers with aching hands to basement poets with startup plans, from parchment prayers to algorithm sparks, we've always written in the dark. Now the dark just answers back. The future writes in ink and code. I'm not slowing down this road. You can preach about the craft, but I've got a better map. With every keystroke, every phrase, I'm blazing through this golden phase. History whispers you're too bold, but the future writes in ink and code.
Dear past, thanks for the legends, but this page is mine.
And welcome, welcome, welcome. And we also have Elizabeth and West with us. And
I'm here.
We must be proper and welcome
Yes.
everyone to the Ink and Code.
I have my ink.
Society. Yes, she has ink. I
And
have
she has code.
We have code.
So what happened is I came on and she was already dressed up. We did not talk about this in advance, so I raided my closet and this is what I found. So
She looks like she's ready for Pemberley.
yes,
Oh,
what I got.
Mr.
That's what I got.
And we have our tea, darling. So
I just realized my cup has
a cuppa and enjoy as we talk about all things ink and code. I apologize to every British person out there.
We couldn't let Alyssa and Cassie have all the fun with the dino pajamas.
No, we wanted to have some fun too. So we thought steampunk was the way to go.
I got Victorian. That's what I got.
I had to raid my teenage son's closet, but I'm here.
Danny goes, wait, what am I watching?
You are watching the Ink and Code Society, darling. And today we're going to be talking about some stuffy stuff because, you know, we love the stuffy stuff here at the FFA. So what
But
is
first,
What?
A PSA announcement.
The PSA announcement about.
Please do not download and install Antigravity if you do not know what you're doing. Please help others who are on our social media. I'm watching people who have no idea what Antigravity does going, oh, I hear Antigravity, let me download it. Please warn your fellow authors that that thing is very powerful and it can delete their entire drive.
Be careful.
Be careful.
And I have an intro to anti-gravity class that talks about the basics. We go over this. Do not put it on your main drive. Try to put it on a secondary drive that does not contain your operating system. And only put sandbox stuff in there. Keep it sandbox. Put copies of your stuffy stuff in there. Do not put your originals in there. So this is all, and there is a safety mode. So be safe. So anyway, that said, what is the Ink and Code Society? This is the advanced track of the FFA's education. And, there are a lot of us that have been using AI and technology, not just AI. We're talking about all kinds of technology in our author businesses. And we want to find new ways to leverage it. There are just so many tools coming out, and it can be very confusing. We kind of started crowdsourcing a lot last year, last fall. We had Claude Skills came out. We're like, hey, what are those? And what can you do with them? And suddenly we're making them and trading them in the Discord. We made oh, yes.
And Claude Skills just uses Markdown.
It does. Everything speaks in Markdown, like Obsidian. So I taught a class on that. I'm doing an intro class soon. There are Notion works in Markdown. This is the future. You're future proofing if you learn Markdown. And I got a video coming out on that next week.
I feel like I need to make a song for us. It's like Markdown. Like we need something that's like, we need a dance anthem about Markdown. Markdown. Yeah.
So there's all these things coming out, and we started sharing skills in our Discord because we have a members only part of the Discord, and we are just really active in there. We got some brilliant minds who are all kind of crowdsourcing this. And then Anthropic decided to tempt us with Claude Code web credits of like $250 if you had a $20 a month subscription. We're like, yeah, let's figure out how to use it and write stuff with it. So we did.
So industrious. I completely missed the whole.
Yeah, you were busy. You were dealing with a lot of.
I was busy, and this is what happens. But it's like such a great time to be working with AI because there's so many free things. Like there hasn't been a better time to try these things because you can actually get access to really advanced technology for free.
Yes. So we did that. And the Claude code credits were running out, and we were sad-faced because then it was like, oh my gosh, it's going to cost a fortune to keep using this. And then Antigravity dropped on November 18th, and nothing's been the same since that. That thing is still free. It does amazing things. We have figured out how to write books in it. We're sharing workflows in the FFA. We're doing all kinds of amazing things. I wrote 26 books in November playing with Claude Code, Antigravity, and YFD and combining them. And so I'm going to talk about that in a little while, about the implications of that and what kinds of new problems come up when you can suddenly write a ton of books very fast. And they're actually good. I wrote even more in December while teaching. And so now I have 40 books to deal with. And it's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
How many?
Almost 40. I did 12 last month while I taught.
So you're sitting on 40.
Almost.
They're probably not quite final drafts, but they're like second draft quality.
They're 90% there.
Okay.
I want to sit down and I want to do read throughs, and then I'm going to go with Claude Skills. We're going to go chapter by chapter and just do a final polish. But it takes time, and and I need covers and all that. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So the Ink and Code Society started from all of that. We just started crowdsourcing everything, and it was unbelievable the things we came up with. I couldn't have done that on my own. I'm not that smart, but they have super smart people in this group. And yeah, it is just insane. It is a whole year's worth of releases. So
but this is important, I think, and this is what we've been talking about with the automated author. That's a whole year's worth of releases for a publisher.
In 2 months. So my goal now is to get these ready and get them set up on, get the first one out, get the rest set up on pre-orders and set and forget. Just have them all done, ready to go out under multiple pen names. And they will be under pen names. I'm sure we'll have the Haiti haters coming out and going, you're using AI. Well, you know what?
Hate me while
My
I'm
main
cute.
name is not the one that they're under.
Hate me while I'm cute. Hate me while I'm
Yep.
cute.
But so the Ink and Code Society grew out of that. And so
Mhm.
that's what we're doing going forward. We're doing advanced stuff. We're doing a live every Saturday, kind of sharing with everybody. And then we're going into the lab. We're having an after party. We're calling it Afterlab. And we're playing and breaking things and doing all the things. And that will be the basis of future classes or just for fun. We're just having fun. And we will be recording those. So if you want to join today, you can get in there and play with us. But if you can't, or if you're watching this later, don't worry. We have them recorded and you can catch up with us.
Yep.
There's a lot to catch up on. But we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
Now, so are the notes linked in the description?
They are. So
Fantastic.
if you got the notes, we can go look at the notes. So let's go look at the notes. So the first thing,
you just need to zoom in a little bit on your computer. Like if you,
I will do that. See, this is my first time, so I got the best coach in the world.
You're doing a great job.
How does that look? Is that better?
Go one more.
One more. Okay. Can everybody see that now?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So latest AI news. Well, we're going to be doing AI news every week. Everybody's been on vacation for the last 2 weeks, but a ton of stuff dropped.
I've been in the void.
Yes. A ton of stuff dropped just before Christmas. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that. Some of that might be slightly old news to some of you, but for other ones, you might not have noticed because you were too busy. So we have Adobe and Runway have formed a partnership. Adobe has been bringing in a lot of other video tools into their Firefly. And we're going to see this a lot with the various big tech companies. We're going to see it. We've seen it with Google. We'll see it. We've seen it with Microsoft. Everything is getting integrated. So Runway is the latest where you can make a whole show in here, which is pretty cool. Or you can take it into Premiere as well.
I feel like Adobe is going to be like the Google where they're a little bit later than everybody else, but they can afford to do that because they're the big 800-pound gorilla in the room. And so even though there's like right now where video production is concerned, there's really like bleeding edge stuff, but Adobe is still the industry standard for most graphic designers, most creatives in that space as far as software goes.
Yeah, and they are solid. I've been using them for like, gosh, almost 30 years. I think at least 25. And the things that you can do now with the built-in generative expand is huge when you're going from an ebook cover to a print cover. Yeah. I used to use so many layers in Photoshop that I would have to reproduce the entire cover to do the print. I'd often do the print first so I could cut it down for the ebook. Because if I did it the other way, it was a nightmare. Now it's no big deal. I design the ebook first and I just expand it.
Do you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
So let me see. Oh, yeah, I've got one right here. You're going to laugh. So rather than wrap it all the way around and make that work, I only do the spine and then the back is just a solid gradient.
That works. I've got
modern problems call for modern solutions.
That's right. And we're all about modern solutions at the Ink and Code Society. So yes, new shiny things to play with. We love those shiny things. We all shiny things all the time. And Danny's got even more that he just talked about in the Discord. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's never going to be enough time to look at all of them. But that's why we crowdsource. Yes. So you don't have to know all of it. Just come hang with us and we're all going to share.
It's really helpful too, because if you have a question about something, you can put it in the Discord and somebody has likely clocked a couple of hours on it and can help you get up into speed and all of that.
So, and then we're also opening our classes, our standalone classes to students. So if we have students that are specialists in certain areas, they can teach those things and help us bring the rest of us up to speed. So we are all about crowdsourcing here. But we are going to see this kind of integration in many of our favorite products. The AI industry is in the middle of like a space race, and the big guys have got to put AI and all the latest technology into their products that we've always been using, or they're going to be obsolete. We're already seeing this with a few, like Scrivener just refuses to add anything AI. I think Vellum does too. We love those programs, but we are finding new ways to use things. And I know Evernote's really looking, and OneNote are looking kind of old, but Notion has surprised us. I've got something on here. Notion grew up in the last month, and Elizabeth talked about it last night on the live.
And then GoodNotes has also grown up and brought in AI. If you use GoodNote, I use GoodNotes, which is a paid service, but it's like an alternative. I was just going to say to Daniel Crotty Real House, now I have to learn Discord. Listen, Discord is old internet. If you were around in chatbots, if you know what ASL means, okay, with a question mark, you can do Discord. Just think of it as like the old AOL chat rooms. Everything is a chat room. And then you are like, oh, I get Discord now. Wouldn't you agree that's kind of an accurate description of it?
Yes. Yeah. It's old and new. It took me a little while to get used to it. Now I love it.
Listen, these young whippersnappers, they think that they invented something really cool with Discord. No, they didn't. It's just old chat. It's like the old BBS forums when the internet first started.
BBS. I remember the sound of the modem going crash.
I know.
And the Genie. Do you remember Genie? You have to log on to these text boards, and it was all in AC2.
Yeah, they think they invented something new. They didn't. It's old. As soon as I tell people our age and above, it's old internet. Everyone's like, oh, I understand Discord now. But we also do have a little class inside of the Future Fiction Academy that walks you through Discord. Yeah, Skewlight says Discord is IRC for today, and you don't have to have your phone numbers to call because the other phone numbers are full.
Yeah, exactly. So yay. And I wanted to, somebody said, oh yeah, Rochelle said, oh, sorry, wrong person. We're both clicking. That's the problem. Yes. We might hoard words, but we don't hoard ideas. That's right. We don't.
Yeah.
So because of all of these innovations, we need to be careful what tools we spend our money on. We were talking about this in the Discord this morning. Even committing to a yearly subscription right now might be too long, as we're seeing new developments monthly, weekly, and even daily. It's crazy. I think we're going to see more next week. I keep checking the Google Antigravity docs to see if they're doing anything. They haven't since the 19th. I think they're on vacation. Claude just dropped a ton of stuff. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. It's just crazy. So, it's better if you go monthly and you can turn stuff on and off as you need it and really look at what you're using, because if you're not using it, or like I said, the next tool make it obsolete. Why be locked in for a year?
Yeah, I don't lock in anything for a year because I haven't seen anything really last more than 6 months. And I would say that this time of year is we're all reeling from it, because the last quarter of the year, that October, November, December, all of these big companies get ready for their big shows in Vegas or in Silicon Valley and stuff like that. They're always doing all these big demos and everything, like November, December. Those are their big shows, and that's why they push a whole bunch of features. So it's like beginning of summer and this time of year is when we really see a lot of the big releases.
Yeah. So hang on to yourselves, because I think we're going to be in for a wild ride this year. Also, Meta bought Manus. What is Manus? That is like
wow
thing. Yeah, they build agents. Now it looks like chat, right? It's like, oh, so big deal, Kim. What's the big deal about that? This was early. They were building agents like last year. The big guys.
Even before that, I had a beta account to Manus. I think around it was prior to N8N actually for me in terms of having an account with Manus.
This is kind of like Crew AI too, where you could get the agents going. So this is all about agents, and Meta just bought it. So we don't know what they're going to do with it yet, but everything's going IDE. And that's why we noticed with Notion last night, they look like they're running some kind of IDE in their AI. The IDE is integrated development environment. That's the coding apps. Everything is going that way with agentic coding.
Alan said that Meta paid $2 billion for it.
$2 billion. So they're going to be doing something with that. That's not going to just be laying around.
It's interesting. I don't know what the application is going to be there for Facebook. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing interesting things. When I had my relatives over for Christmas, my grandson and I wrote a book with cats. Bubba the cat went on an adventure, and we made all the pictures in Meta. Meta chat on my phone. And we had him driving a car, and he's got his sunglasses on. Not the grandson, the cat. It was really cute.
I wonder if they were buying Manus in order for them to slash their overhead in terms of number of workers at Facebook.
It could be.
Because I don't know. I don't really see, because I mean, if they're paying $2 billion for it, there's got to be some really long-term gain here. And I don't necessarily see, I mean, unless they're also going to have workflows too to make it easier for like advertising, because advertising is where they make their money. So it's either, so the big things that you see these companies is that you have to kind of think to yourself, is this going to help an existing or open up a new revenue stream for them? Or is it going to help them recover their margin, meaning that they're going to be able to get rid of some of their labor costs?
Yeah, Danny agrees with you there. They're catching up.
And
Apple's behind too. Apple has had to source things out as well. So, some of the big guys got caught with their pants down. They're like, oh, we better catch up or we're going to be obsolete. Claude Anthropic just dropped a ton of stuff right before the holidays. It was crazy. They open source Claude skills. Why is that important? Because those are going to be just like they did with MCPs. What's that? It was earlier this year, last year.
That was also Anthropic, yes.
Yes. And it seems like an age ago, but it wasn't that long ago. That is going to get widely adopted. That is going to be open source.
Yeah, I have a similar kind of philosophy as what Anthropic's looking at. If you look at the internet for the last 20 years, what's been the number one thing that anyone has used to make a website?
It's been HTML. It's been WordPress. It's been
WordPress. Exactly. WordPress open sourced their blogging software and they took over. I mean, at one point, I think that WordPress was like 90% of the internet or something like that. I remember
the internet before WordPress.
I do too.
I used to code it by hand, baby. That's the only kind of coding
before I adopted WordPress. I think I actually sat next to somebody who was like number 3 or number 4 at Drupal on a plane and talked Drupal once upon a time. But there's implications here. Like if you open source MCP servers and everybody uses MCP servers, if you open source skills, which I'm going to say, thank you, Claude, because we've been using Markdown for 3 years now about kind of standardizing prompting and all of that. And I love that their skills are just Markdown. And then we saw that application in Notion last night where you can give a set of instructions. And then also, isn't Antigravity also using Markdown?
We've been using the skills before they open sourced it. We were using them. The workflows that I've been sharing with members are Markdown. And so this is just standardizing it.
Yes.
And it's bringing it across everything. So it's going to be easier to port all the system prompts you've been using. If you've been using AI for a while, all those system prompts or GPTs, do you have custom GPTs in ChatGPT? You can take those instructions, stick them in Markdown and put them anywhere. Same with Gemini Gems. All of your different prompts, these prompts that people are selling, you don't need to buy them, but you have these collections. A lot of people have collections now. You can bring those into anything, use them as a skill or just a Markdown file. So this is really making everything portable. Mm-hmm. The tools change, but our knowledge comes with us. We need to be able to pivot. We don't know. I'm teaching Antigravity and Claude Code and stuff like that right now. We don't know tomorrow if they're going to say, no, Antigravity is now $1,000 a month. Glad you enjoyed the beta. Goodbye. It may not. It may be free forever. We just don't know what tomorrow holds, or there may be some new great tool that comes out.
There is something I want to share about Antigravity, and it's kind of a little bit insider baseball here. So earlier this year, there was discussion about this really great automation tool that Google was building, and you could only get access to it by request. We requested access, me and Stacy. We had meetings. So Stacy bowed out after the first meeting with her person. I got through the first meeting. I may have been very optimistic in what I said we were going to spend on AI for the year. Then the next meeting I had was like with a senior Google leadership person, not like super senior, but like the guy was significant enough that when he heard what we were doing, he was like, here's my information. I want to stay in contact with you. I was just talking about this with staff this morning. Antigravity already has enterprise clientele. I'm going to say that again. Antigravity already has enterprise clientele. Google is already making money off of Antigravity. So the question begs, why is it free for us? And the answer, we're the testers. We are the stress testers. We are the testers. And that's an important thing to think about, because if it's free, you're the product.
Yes.
And that means you really need to be mindful about what you're doing with I'm not trying to be negative on Antigravity. I love Antigravity. I love what you guys are doing with Antigravity. I just want to stress that it is something that when the guy deleted his drive, they just said sorry.
Yeah, because it's beta, and they're not going to take responsibility for that.
They're not going to take responsibility.
So Claude did a ton of cool things. They added a plugin marketplace. I haven't had a chance to check that out. They have there's integration with Open Router so that you can get different models into Claude code, and we're going to play with that in the labs at some point. And they added a browser plugin. So if you don't like Gemini in your Chrome, you can add Claude to your Chrome. I tested it last night. It only seems like it's haiku right now because it's kind of, yeah, it's light. It's not like you're going to be writing the novel in the
haiku.
Yeah, haiku. So they just released that. So everybody's running to do all this integration. And so it will automate tasks. You can do the shortcuts like the slash. You can set up workflows. These skills or these markdown files, you can save them and call them with a slash. So that's cool. So maybe you're doing some market research and you don't need Opus. You can do it with haiku and call it and say, do my market research on this Kindle Trend report I just got. Or if you don't have Kindle Trend, go to Amazon Top 100, do some market research on that. You can put the custom instructions however you want and tell it to go do the thing.
You can ask it to synthesize the reader reviews on a book to see what the readers are saying about it.
So there's a lot of potential there. We talked about Notion growing up, and it does look like they're doing something with IDE. So I wonder if they are a Google Antigravity customer.
Probably.
Because it really does look like that.
It really does. If not Antigravity, then Cursor or Windsor, something on the back end. But they also, Notion has the skills. They have an amazing team. They have the ability to just build one of those. Like,
yeah,
we know this from our kind of world too with Raptor, right? The IDEs they're basically building wrappers that integrate with IDEs to work with the AI. It's not rocket science. It's just orchestration of the movement of files and documents and changing lines of code. I'm not saying that it's super simple, but because you can really mess a lot of things up. But it's not something that's beyond the dev skills of the Notion crew to just build their own.
And basically, all of these things we're using are wrappers. They are just pretty wrapping paper on top of AI. Every single one of them is just a different way. They've tricked it out as to how they're talking to AI with what parameters, what permissions. And so this, with being able to port the skills anywhere, helps us a lot because if you've used one chat window, you've used them all. You just have to find out where all the things are in their interface, just like when you're learning to play a new game. It's like, okay, where is my health bar? Where is my jump? Where is my fighting? And all of that stuff. Same thing, you're learning the interface. It's just a different interface in a different wrapper. And so we teach that. We teach a lot about that and how to pivot through all of these. If you use a chat window, you can use all these things.
Yep.
And last but not least, we've had a lot of stuff enter the public domain this year. So more story ideas. Some of the old Nancy Drew books, we talked about that on the after party last night. Some of the old Nancy Drew books are in the public domain.
The first four.
William Faulkner. There's movies and songs and books. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So we got the link in the notes. You can check out all the things that went public domain this year that you can either quote or maybe you can do a spinoff.
Yep.
Be careful. Check your stuffy stuff before you do the thing. So technical. So that is the news. Let me close this thing.
You're so nice. You put toggles. My notes are just like one long scroll.
I hate doom scrolling forever. I need toggles.
I get it. I'll start getting. I'll raise my notes, Foo.
People that have been in my class know that I love the pretties. I gotta have things.
Yeah, I'll raise my notes too.
So to that 20, I almost said 2006. Oh my gosh. 2026 is the year of the automated author. So how do we leverage that in our author biz? And that's not just AI, that's all the cool things that are coming out. But we are AI focused, but there's just so much coming out. So I had a deep dive about a month ago. I had this big chat with Claude because Claude is my boo. You can pick whoever you like, but I wanted to, because I've worked with him a lot, I wanted to identify what my actual process is because I'm kind of all over the place. I am an architect. I like to plan it to death, but then I like to draft it and edit it to death. And I'm like, well, what the heck is that? And so I realized I was just like, okay, here's how I work. What are the author stages? What are the stages of author work? And how can I leverage that well with my own processes? And we came up with this pretty graphic of all the different cycles in an author business.
Could you read it off because it's really hard to read what the words actually say?
You want what?
Could you read it off because it's really hard to
I
see what
will
the
read
words
it off.
actually say?
We have the conception stage. We have
Consent,
the
people, consent.
we have the creation stage. So the conception is your planning. Creation is your actual drafting, right?
Yeah.
You're giving birth. Your revision.
That's
stage,
the labor part.
the editing. The editing is like parenting. You're editing.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's so bad.
Your publication stage. They're all grown up and you're so proud. And then your promotion stage, you push them out into the world and say, look at it, look at this, look at
That's my kid. That's my kid.
So that's all the things. So, and underneath everything, we're always doing business ops, right?
Yep.
And so AI or any author, indie authors are wearing a heck of a lot of hats, right? And how do we leverage AI or new technology to do some of these things so that we are not so incredibly overwhelmed and mentally burned out? I have a 5 stages of business here that Claude made me. And he talks about, you can read this, I'm not going to go through all of them, but he talks about how we can leverage these in every stage. So I will let you all read that, what this actually looks like. You can harness
a little bit more. I'm having a hard time. Or no, wait, hold on. Let me try changing us. Oh, that's better. I moved us to the bottom because it was just not, I wasn't able to see the screen.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
You can harness AI to help you in any or every stage of your creative process. If you don't, we have people that do not want to write with AI. You don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. You can leverage it for other parts of your business. And you can feel fine about just doing all the writing yourself. That's fine. It's your business. You can run it however you want. These are the different areas that you can use AI and all these new technologies to help you. And this is the kind of stuff that we are working on in the FFA. I've worked with some of this.
You have a comment. Skewlight says, oh, Kim, I love you laying them out in numbered stages like that. That helps keep it a bit more manageable. I think that's true. I mean, I often feel like things are going so fast. It feels like I'm on a really fast carousel sometimes. And I just don't know. I will lose track of which direction, like what was I supposed to be working on? What was I doing? What was going on? So I appreciate that you also laid this all out.
Yeah, I just wanted, because I'm visual, I wanted to show you all the different areas that you can take this and run with it. Any of these could be a GPT, a skill, a Gemini gem, an agent. It doesn't matter. If you learn Markdown, you can bring it across all of them. All the cool GPTs that you found a year or two ago, that if they're not yours, you don't have the instructions. You can reproduce them, kind of have to reinvent them, reverse engineer. But if you did create them, you can bring them over.
But the AIs now know so much. Like we used to live in a world where the AIs only knew what happened 2 years ago because they couldn't hook up to the internet or anything like that. Now you can literally on any of these chatbots, click the web search thing and then say, hey, build me a ChatGPT for XYZ. And it can go out and find blog posts and materials and stuff to teach it in that moment, the skill that you're trying to make it do.
Yes. And that's the other great thing is all the courses that we have all taken trying to get to level up our authorship, all the blog posts we've read, anything that's out there in the public, you can take the key points of that and you can run it into AI and you can make a skill. Or you can take your own notes from these classes and run them as a skill, or just your own learning, that things that you've come up with the way you like to do things.
Yeah. Rochelle says no more static prompt libraries.
So it's so flexible. It's wide open, and it just will blow your mind when you start working. Just it's overwhelming. Pick one thing, pick your major pain points. Editing is a hard one for a lot of people. How can the AI help you with editing? There are some amazing things you can do with Claude skills. I am editing with Claude skills a lot, where I just walk through it with Claude. I identify problems and I say, make a skill out of this thread of us talking. And it does, and it speeds up our process. Then when we get to the end of book 1, make a skill again, update the skill again. And then we are able to do book 2 with all the problems we found in book 1. It is amazing what you can do. The link is in the description for the pages, for the notes.
Gotcha.
So the real key is flexibility. If we know our processes, our prompts, skills, workflows can come with us wherever we go. There are literally hundreds of tasks we do as indie authors, and AI can help with many of them. We just break them down, farm them out, and test. Different AIs work better for different things. Claude is great with prose. Gemini is fabulous with images, videos, charts, and formatting. It's amazing for that. Perplexity is fabulous for research. And GPT is an all-arounder. It really is. So the bottom line is know thyself, know thy AI, and try stuff. Break stuff. Keep what works, then rinse and repeat. And that's what we do here in the FFA.
Nadine says, you're able to achieve more your 2080, which you don't burn yourself with that. So basically the 20% of activity that makes 80% of the revenue kind of a thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what we were chatting about and what we will be working on this year here in Ink and Code Society in the lab, which we're going to do in a little bit. So I have this problem. I now have almost 40 books that I need to release.
Wait a minute. Where did you made that in Gemini?
I made this. Oh yeah, I forgot to take off the thingy. So
no, it's cute. I love it. Contracts, galley proofs, manuscripts. I love the manuscripts to edit is on top. Deadlines. It's a lifestyle, says the mug there. Yes.
So that's the life, right? And so when do you find? I think we need that. I think we need this as to buy. I think we need that as somebody make that.
I'm just not curling my it's so funny how antiquated it is. Nobody's curling their hair like that anymore. No. we have started up into a messy bun and we are moving on with life.
Actually, my mother does.
Sure. But I don't think your mother is sitting there with 2 screens.
No, she is not.
Yeah.
And we don't have a cat, but I like that picture. So I got this pile of books and I'm like, what am I going to do with them? I need to get them human proofed, formatted, covered, and out the door. Antigravity to the rescue. We are solving technology problems because this is a new problem that we've never had before, is too many books, right? Usually we were like, oh my gosh, I have to write more books, and we couldn't do it. So now we got too many. So we're solving technology with technology. Oh yes, you're right. He needs to be.
It's not accurate. The cat's not crawling on the keyboard.
So in the Afterlab, we are going to be making covers with the cover design workflow that I gave people yesterday in the Discord. And I'm going to be sharing a new book trailer workflow. Antigravity cannot make video, but it can do all the prep. And so all you got to do is ask it. So it's a little bit rough, but we're going to play with that. And so we're going to do shot lists and storyboards. So bring your Antigravity to the Afterlab and we will play. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
We have classes. I believe. When does the coupon?
No, they're not on sale anymore.
They're not. Oh my God. When did that end? Today?
It ended December 31st. I thought we were going to continue on the Antigravity one, but I don't think it is currently on sale. So
I'm sorry, my bad. So I'll just hide that. Okay.
No, you can I would just delete that out or delete. Yeah.
Yeah. We got classes. We got Antigravity, introduction to Antigravity. We got Claude projects. We got all kinds of cool classes. My bad on the coupon. So come play in the FFA. We would love to have you there.
All right. Are we taking a field trip to Antigravity now?
Huh?
Are we taking a quick field trip to Antigravity
now? We will
now?
take a quick field trip. Let me
show them a little bit of the magic that what they're going to do in the Afterlab.
Yes, let me bring it up.
And then real fast, WOB656, all of our links are in your Teachable. So if you get one of the free classes, which you can get at futurefictionacademy.com/free, you can have access to the Discord, to the free parts of the Discord. The membership And then if you are a member of the FFA, there, just go ahead and alert an admin and let them know that you're a member, or you can email dean@futurefictionacademy.com. Let us know your Discord handle name and that you're a member with your teachable email, and we can look you up and we can get you all the permissions that you need.
I'm looking for my screen share for this one. I stop that one. Oh, okay. Sorry, new to this. Let's see.
It's okay. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Here we go.
We're at 12:40, so a few minutes of this and then ending this because I've got work to do.
So this is Antigravity.
All right, we have the same problem. Hold on. Okay.
There we go.
It's really hard to read it. So just make sure you read off what you're doing, or like if you're pointing to different areas is all.
Okay. So I have all these books, and the first series I wrote in Antigravity was a lit RPG about a nanny that gets sucked into the apocalypse and the whole world is sucked into a game.
I love that. That's like Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, Adventures in Babysitting, and Dungeon Crawler Carl had a baby. And it is
oh my gosh, that's great. Nanny of the Apocalypse.
Nanny of the Apocalypse. So this was a really fun series that I can't wait to get out. So I'm hoping to have the first book out in a couple weeks, and I'll have the rest on pre-order. But I was like, I need covers. So I asked it to make some. It cannot natively make a 16 by 9. It says 16 by 9. That is not 16 by 9.
Oh,
that's
we have an update. Sorry. Stacy said, I might have messed up, and the 2 new December classes, Intro to Antigravity and Intro to Cloud Projects, coupon code BF25, may not expire until Monday because dates are confusing. So actually, it doesn't expire till Monday on those 2 classes.
We'll show the stuffy stuff. We'll show,
but not all standalone classes anymore. That we extended that a month, and that's over.
Okay, but the new ones. Okay,
the new ones. Cloud Projects and Intro to Antigravity.
So you can make covers in here. Now, I asked it not to put, and this is real basic. Okay, this is not my final version. This is an initial inspiration version, right? This is the concept. I do not want machine guns and a metallic thing on the stroller. No, I want a regular stroller. So and I don't know what the heck is going on with clowns, but the rest of it, I like her. So we'll keep that. I did not want any words on these. You could have it make words. So I want to add my own words, but first I want to refine these because these are just not there yet. But I thought that was cute. We've got Warlord of the PTA, where Brad the Warlord is trying to conscript her kids that she saved in the first one. And she's like, no, they're mine, and you're not going to get them. And then he has his downfall, and he has to redeem himself in Dungeon Daddy Daycare. And I love this.
Dungeon Daddy Daycare?
Yes, this is the inspiration image for all of the other covers. So I'm going to take this style and I'm going to go into some of the other stuff.
This is the best.
Isn't that? I love it. And she's like all calm and cool. She's,
I just love refilling the well here on this. And then I'm like looking at the mushrooms and I'm like, oh, what if one of the kids eats one of the toxic mushrooms? And now you have to deal with that. And everyone's puking everywhere. And
it's fun. So this is the kind of stuff. This is just concept art. It's not perfect, but it will run. I have Google Pro, which is $20 a month. And it seems like the usage, it depends on how many people are using the system at the time and what subscription level you have. I've been able to get it to do 20 or 30 images. So you do run out of time, and then it expires. You get it refreshed in every 5 hours. So you can actually queue it to do more images when the restriction lifts. So you go write other things, or you go do your marketing plan, and you let it run the images later when it can.
Oh, Ray's got a tip that I'm sure he'll bring to the Afterlab. Try using inches rather than aspect ratios in Gemini.
Oh, that's a good idea. And Keen had a tip too about how to get the 16 by 9s and stuff like that. Yeah. So there are things, we're just breaking all the things and playing.
I love that.
This is, Glitch Goddess. This is going to be fun, where she accidentally gets infused with some superpower that attracts all the men to her, and she doesn't want all the people, all the unwanted suitors. It's fun. It's like not exactly Pride and Prejudice, but it's kind of like that in a lit RPG. And then we have Mother of War. And I love this. She's got her superpower. She's now the top level of what she can be, and she's going to save the world. So
Feeling
it's
very
a fun
She-Ra
series.
or the Athena last night.
Feeling
very She-Ra or the Athena last night.
Yeah, kind of. So that's what we're doing. We're also doing some book trailer type of stuff. I'm looking for that here. We are doing,
wait, what's a storyboard? What?
Yeah, storyboards. This one made it without the pictures, but there was one that it worked with. Let me see if I can get it. You can make storyboards. And what was the super secret sauce? I asked it to. I asked it to. Super cool prompt. I said, hey, can you make this? It said yes.
Light says to Rochelle, found a great anti-gravity extension that helps track your model usage inside of the app. And then Mandy and Jonathan were saying, yes, it's a great anti-gravity extension. It's been helping me keep track of my Claude usage a lot today.
There's just so much you can do with this. We are at least this is a coding app, and we are playing with it, and we are breaking all the things, and we're using it for our stuff.
I love these texts too, because like the safe zone, enter the warlord, he wants soldiers. Those are like great song titles that you could then make the theme song. Because I did that with Bridesmaids and Bourbon over the summer, and we're still listening to that music and things like that.
Christina put in our Discord, she made a Suno editing workflow for this, where you can get your lyrics and everything ready and all the prompts and take it into Suno and make your music.
Yeah, so this is it's so exciting and it's so inspiring, I think, because I get so many ideas looking at this. This is not even my genre. This is not my Jimmy Jam.
It wasn't mine. I read it because I've got a 12-year-old who loves Minecraft. But this was a total experiment. Was okay. Let's go do some. I did market research. I have a market research workflow. Let's go do the market research and see what's on the top of the charts, and then give me 5 premises, and I want to write something. And it came up with this nanny thing that was so
Nanny of the Apocalypse is really cool. Rochelle says the name of the extension is AG Usage CRSX 951 track. It tracks the usage of the anti-gravity models.
We will check that one out.
Oh my gosh, Rachel goes, my Jimmy Jam is the thingy things and the stuffy stuff.
So let me take this off, and we will go back to our coupons. And I apologize for getting the information wrong. We will just take off the. Yeah, I don't think I have it that all the classes are 50% off, but we'll see here.
I think it says all the standalone classes, so it's only those 2.
Yeah, it's not this.
There's just one line in there that's got to get fixed, and that's all. But I mean, judging from the comments and stuff, I think people are chomping at the bit to go to the Afterlab and get to work if they're not already getting to work.
So, yes, it is not the last week. We only have these classes on sale for 50%.
Yeah, and then then they're not on sale, but they're just other great courses.
Yeah. So I will fix that.
Don't worry, we'll have our big store-wide sale again in May. So if you missed it, but even if you missed it, you can literally just join the membership and you get all of them. It's $249 a month. That's the accelerator, and you get access to all of the courses, including the ones that are not for sale. Like last night, I had to be like, we have Notion classes. We never made those standalone classes, but there's 6 classes on Notion inside of the Accelerator Mastermind that all the members get access to. So Notion gave the cool stuff last night, well, a month ago, but we talked about it last night. And now people have these classes that can help them get up to speed. And that's what the Future Fiction Academy is all about. And
I just did my intro to Antigravity. That is for beginners. If you have never seen Antigravity before, it's an hour. It's actionable, hardly anything, highly actionable. And yes, and if you remember, I have got over 15 hours ink and code videos in the labs. We got 6 so far. We've got 6 of them. And I think we're going to be doing classes 7, 8, and 9 at some point soon, because there's more stuff. There's just more.
Let me tell you, we were looking, and the staff has a Discord too. We were looking at what other people are charging for these courses, and like one entity has a Claude Code class for $1,500, and it's a 1-day course. I mean, $1,500 pays for like more than half of your year with the Future Fiction Academy, and you get classes not just on Claude Code, but also Perplexity and Antigravity and N8N and serialization and writing. I mean, there's no limit. I mean, there's so many classes in there.
Yeah. Oh, and we had an end of the year editing party. That was so much fun.
Maybe we'll have to
Yeah,
start doing
yeah,
an end of the month editing party.
That's what we said in the party. We're like, we need to do this regularly. So
All
we
right.
got our Afterlab. We're going to go to that. If you haven't signed up yet, come play at the FFA. We'd love to have you. We'd love to share with you and bring you up to speed and do all the things. So
And
what
there's
are we
75
gonna,
people. So like the video, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
please like and subscribe. What are we going to end with? What do you think for the
for the song?
song? Yeah.
Sure. Let's pick a song that is good for getting started here. You know, how about Never Gonna Be the Same Again?
Yes, because it isn't. 2020
It's never gonna be the same again.
It's
all
lit.
right, here we go.
Yo,
See you.
authors, you got ideas? Now you got 50K words in 2 hours. Used to take me months to write. Now I click once, draft and write. Story world, it's all in place. Test a chapter, win that race. One idea, one big spark. Doster it, I leave my mark. No more waiting, no delay. Click it once, the novel slays. Your first draft, never gonna be the same. Oh no. One click, now I'm in the game. Let's go. 50K in under 2. Roll my dream and it came true. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Never gonna be the same again. Used to stress, used to stall. I'm dropping books like I dropped the ball. Story tight, the beats all hit. That first draft, yeah, it's lit. Build it up, test that scene. Click it once, living the dream. Authors rise, get that win. It's our time, let's begin. Your first draft, never gonna be the same. Watch me light up that flame. From plot to page and two. Story magic coming through. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. Your first draft, never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. And never gonna be the same again. And
Woo! All right. Well,
So lab room, right? Lab room is where they go.
Lab room. Thank you so much for coming to the premiere of the Ink and Code Society. Please join us every Saturday at 12 Eastern time. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun here doing all the things and breaking all the things. But
And
now,
other people in the Ink and Code Society. I cannot be here every Saturday. Please.
No.
Kim needs a co-host.
Yes, sign up. I want people here. I can't just talk to myself.
Even if you
So-
just rotated, I think Rochelle would make a great co-host. I think Steph 2.0 would make a great co-host.
And
like,
Rach would.
Rach,
Got a
yes,
whole bunch
Rachel
of people.
Miller, yes. So anyway, have fun, break things.
Thank you. See
Bye.
you later.